2-1 victory for the Derby Blues on a cold and wet Tuesday evening against Ashton United as we avenged the FA Cup loss earlier in the season.
Yeah, it's a shame we didn't play like that in the FA Cup, innit? It's we have run all over them second half. It's based on the second half. It's the most one-sided, one-goal swing of a game that you'll see. We've battered them, and that's not disrespectful to Steve and his team. They're a top side with top players. But I thought once we worked out a little bit tactically, which we had to do first half, really even game first half, just put our noses in front, really disappointed to concede from a corner. And we worked out that we had to stop them passing inside and we had to prevent Nathan Lowe from dictating the game, which I thought we did. And as the game became more stretched, we just pinned them in and they couldn't get out for long periods of the game. And you know, how many corners have we had today? How many? I mean, we opened up the right channel with Sam, who I thought was excellent. And we've created good chances. Their keeper's made a couple of amazing saves. But I was really pleased with how we moved the ball quicker today. We you know, 𝗙𝙨and Brad Carroll, Charlie as well. We switched play really well. We opened them up down the sides, and that was after we mitigated their biggest threat, which was they tried to overload us down the sides and then pass inside and get out that way. And we just stopped them doing it second half. So, you know, I thought we got it tactically spot on. But the lads delivered a really strong tactical performance, especially second half. And just because of our shape and our structure, they just couldn't get out. And we just built pressure, which eventually led to them cracking and us getting the winner. So yeah, absolutely made up. I think we needed it. I don't think we played badly at all for the last 3 or 4 games. We've come to the wrong side of a couple of margins. We've struggled to score goals. But I thought we were fantastic Saturday. I didn't give the lads the credit they deserved on Saturday. And when I watched it back, I started to send them a couple of videos apologising because the amount of chances we created, and it just didn't fall for us in the end. But I thought we deserved that, and I thought we, you know, that's an accumulation of probably a couple of good performances where we haven't got our just desserts, and we got that tonight. So yeah, made up for the lads. Certainly gives us a big boost going up to the North East on Saturday.
It was noticeable in that first half. Luke Burke had a lot of the ball out wide. Then second half he was forced to come inside. With strong performances though from Brad Carroll, especially in the middle, getting us forward on the front foot.
Yeah, I thought so. I really like Burke. I think he's a good player. And what we decided to do was let the right back have it and say, go on then, you know, and that sort of worked for us. And then we worked out how to jump a midfield player out if we needed to, if they came over halfway with it. And we just, a couple of times we got caught with it in the first half. We just reset it at half time and the lads were really happy with it. So, you know, I think that's probably Brad's most disciplined performance for us. Could have grabbed himself a goal as well, couldn't he? The one that the keeper tips over the bar. But him and 𝗙𝙨earned themselves the right to have time on the ball. Yes, we could have moved it quicker sometimes, but you know, we controlled. I thought we controlled the game in midfield, which is probably the difference. I said before we came out at half time, if we win that battle in midfield and control the game, that probably will be the game. And so it worked out to be. And I thought the way we managed the last maybe 10-15 minutes as well, we just managed it ever so well. We did clever things at clever times. I mean, what have we had to do? We've had to deal with 2 corners and 1 long throw, I think, second half, and that's it. And at the end there, it was literally just defend this long throw and you win the game, and we've managed to do that. So yeah, delighted with it.
The winning goal comes from something that's really a hallmark of a Lancaster team, pressing from the front. Jake Conley and Don Lawson, especially in this game, all over the defence.
Yeah, and 𝗏𝗏, when he came on, I thought he just did such a good job, 𝗏𝗏, in just pressing intelligently. I thought we could press with a bit more intensity after the first half. We sort of got there and then didn't either nick it or get a foot on it or really force an error. But we did that second half. We picked our intensity up. I mean, the data, I mean, look at Charlie Bailey. Charlie Bailey's never stopped running. He's running down at the channels at the end there. So yeah, we forced the error because we pressed the ball so well. And it did feel a little bit more like us, a little bit more the pressing game that we've worked so hard on for a long time now. So yeah, it was one of them where I would have been gutted if I come and I was gutted on Saturday, but I'd have been absolutely beside myself if I had to come and sit here and say, oh, we played really well again, but not won, because we deserved to win, and we forced them to gift us a goal in the end. But we've not had hardly any of them this season, so it's just about time that we got a little bit of luck. We've had it tonight, but we've created that luck by being on top of them second half.
We've talked about how strong the midfield was today, with especially with Brad Carroll and Christian Sloan. Something that I just wanted to ask you, because we've lost now 𝗕𝗏𝗂𝗏𝗏 to injury, who's a key player for us. How difficult is it for you to replace a key player like that? Especially because we don't really have a like-for-like replacement. We then does that unbalance the team to bring somebody in?
Well, we've sort of worked with 𝗙𝙗, and he's sort of developed into that player, hasn't he? You know, 𝗙𝙗 was generally the box-to-box, breaking lines, midfielder, and we've sort of just put reins on him sometimes because we've had to. And I think he does it really well. I mean, you look at what 𝗙𝙗 started to develop in his game. He probably wins more first contacts than he's ever done before. He's really good at dropping at space and landing on second. So he's sort of, I mean, what 𝗙𝙗 is a clever boy. So he's got a good football brain, and he's started to develop his game in different ways, positionally and tactically. And that's really helped. I mean, we just need to see what the situation is with 𝗕𝗹𝗵, because he's got, he was ill and then he had a shoulder problem. So we just need to make sure that he's right before we put him back in. But we do miss him, of course you do, because you miss his control. He controls games, 𝗕𝗹𝗵, in terms of how he plays. Thought their 8 does the same. Really good player, isn't he? Yeah, and he takes risks with it sometimes, but he's a good enough player to have, you know, that ability to take those risks. So, you know, we've not really suffered with it. We had to make Brad Carroll a little bit deeper, and I thought that he's become more and more effective in that role. Because I know he likes to break lines, he likes to play in the 10, but we've just had to put reins on him as well. And I think the two of them have actually drummed up a nice little partnership in there in the last couple of weeks. And obviously it's helped with us. We've slightly changed the shape just to mitigate some of the things that we thought weren't quite right at Baseford and at Gainsborough. And we've stopped counter-attacks, for example, and we've started to try and dictate and set traps and show the opposition into areas where we know we can get on the front foot. And it's nothing different to what we did maybe 18 months ago, because it's a shape that we used then. So we have got some flexibility formation-wise, and I think that's allowed for us to maybe put players who aren't as comfortable as an 𝗕𝗹𝗵 as a holding midfielder, as a 4, and it's worked for us. So yeah, we don't really want to go in and bring anything in at the moment because we don't feel the need to do that. Hopefully 𝗕𝗹𝗵 isn't so far away. We've still got Trey Turner around the club as well, so you know, it'd be nice to see Trey a little bit more. So I think we've got the players. It's just a case of picking the right ones and getting the right jigsaw puzzle put together.
We'll have the opportunity to do that again on Saturday. We travel over to Mount Pleasant and Mask, a team we did a double over last season. We dominated in the FA Cup here earlier in the season at the Giant Actors.
Yeah, they picked up though, haven't they? You know, they've had a couple of good results at home. Last week and the week before tells us everything we need to know about going and playing sides that you think are down there, because they'll be a very good NPL team. There's no, you know, cliche, isn't it? But there isn't easy games. You've got to go and roll your sleeves up there. You know, pitch probably isn't going to be brilliant, but you know, but they haven't played tonight, so they've had an extra bit of rest than we have. We know that we'll have to, you know, have a look at what we do on Thursday and put a game plan together, which we've done last couple of games, and it's worked. So, you know, there's no givens up there. It would be a really good result if we can go up there and win, because it would mean we've backed up a performance which we haven't done for a while. So you can back up that 3 points with a win on Saturday, then I think we really will feel like we're motoring up back towards those playoffs. I think we're 5 off them now. We've still got to play Bradford Park Avenue here. We've still got to play Whitby here in the next couple of weeks. So, you know, the game's going to come thick and fast. So there is an opportunity for you to bounce, you know, a couple of places. But let's just enjoy this one. Let's reset tomorrow, work out the rest of the week, and go up and give the best account of ourselves that we can in the North East.
Thank you, Mark. Best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
Lancaster!